Hey everyone, welcome to Bangkok, Thailand. We're in the heart of the city. This is Siam Square. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of noise. And as you can see, there's also order in this chaos. Today we're gonna unpack a couple of things. First and foremost, what it means to travel solo, what is a digital nomad lifestyle, some practical tips on how you can do the same. Also, I'm going to show you what it means to embrace discomfort when you are traveling solo, okay? You're also going to get some techniques to overcome your mental blocks, insights on how you can turn discomfort into a tool for personal growth, and a new perspective for work, life, and balance, okay? All right, so we're stepping into Bangkok. It's a controlled chaos. There's a lot of lights, there's a lot of people. They often call it the Wild East, okay? The Wild East. Check this out. All right. First and foremost, let's talk about adaptability, okay? Understand this, when you're traveling solo, you are on your own. You are going to have to embrace discomfort. You have to also embrace things not coming to your way. Sometimes you might miss a flight. Sometimes you're going to miss the train. They might charge you more than the locals when you are, maybe buying a train ticket or something, but you have to be able to adapt, okay? So let's say you missed a flight. Now that means there's another opportunity for you to do something else, to discover some other, some exciting things to do. And you are the driver of this reality. You are in the driver's seat. I want you to really pay attention to what I'm saying. I think all of you are going to resonate with this. It's problem solving. So imagine this, you're in a new country, you don't know how to get a SIM card, you don't know where to get Wi-Fi, maybe you don't even speak the language, okay? So you need to now go ahead and find resources. You need to talk to someone, perhaps you need to use Google Translate. There's a lot of things you can do, but you have to be willing to solve the problem. That's literally it. If you can understand how to solve the problem, you're already on your way. Okay, so we are going to take the Sky Train in Bangkok, which they call BTS, and we're going to go together in this journey. Asok? Yes. 32? Yes. Thank you. All right, welcome to Terminal 21. This place is fascinating. Each floor is designed like a city, and it's almost like a terminal of an airport. So it's almost like you're traveling the world without leaving a building. So this is great. Let's check this out. You'll notice we are in Tokyo, level 1. We're gonna do a little bit of exploring right now. Now, many people actually fear traveling solo, and they worry about loneliness, safety, or simply not enjoying themselves without companions. But here's the truth. Solo traveling is one of the most empowering experiences that you can have. And while you're exploring, you can also discover yourself. Now, I'll give you some practical tips how to overcome some of the mental blocks. Like, let's say you're in a new place and now you need to find local communities. Where can you meet people? This is a challenge. Now, of course, there's always a way around the challenge. So first, look for communities. Okay, there's always going to be activities going on, meetups. There's going to be groups like go to Facebook. You can find different communities, just like when you're in the U.S. or maybe I don't know where you're from, in Australia. And if you're moving to a new city, you're going to find the quickest way to connect with people is attending meetups. The other way is go find co-working spaces. If you're a digital nomad and you want to work, I'd recommend getting a group together, doing some co-working activities, go to a coffee shop, and yeah, just say hello, just say hi, and who knows, you might meet a new friend, okay? So notice a lot of these things are designed in the theme of Japanese culture. Okay, we got some geishas right here. Okay. Okay, this is another important point. I just thought about this. And another thing I like about the solo travel thing is that you have complete freedom, right? So what that means is that if you want to change your plans the last minute, you can do so, and without having to worry about, you know, someone else or whatever. And another thing is there's a lot of benefits, of course. Once you start doing it, you become more observant. You become observant about the people around you. You become observant about things that are happening around you. You start to break away from your, conditioning and other mental blocks, right? And you start to experience I guess, the travel in a way that you like. You notice I'm just walking around. I don't know what I'm gonna buy. I'm not really here to shop, really. Oftentimes it's just really nice for the experience, just to experience, all these things around you. It's overwhelming. It's a sensory overload, but I like you to experience this, just like you'd experience like maybe a roller coaster ride, right? You don't always have to come to the shopping mall to shop, but you can. I like to embrace also a minimalistic lifestyle. So what that means is oftentimes when you're in a place, you might be tempted to buy a lot of stuff because okay, I could just put this in my home and that's it. But when you're traveling light, you also have to pay attention. Anything you buy, understand this, anything you buy, you need to now carry it with you in your luggage, anything of that sort. Now, speaking about luggage, I'm noticing a few interesting options here. Now, I might be tempted to buy it, but I'm not going to buy it because I don't really need it. Okay, are we in London? I think we are in London. So let's go check out what London has to offer. The double-decker buses. Okay, now you can't tell if I'm in London or I'm in Thailand. Okay, so this is great. They really put a lot of thought around designing this shopping mall. Check this out. This is interesting. All right, so what is going to be our next destination? It's going to be Istanbul. All right, so as we're going to Istanbul, let's talk about managing your work. Okay, because a lot of people ask me, Imtiaz, I am traveling to a new place. I'm in vacation mode. How am I going to work? This is not normal for me. And again, I go back to the mindset thing because if you really think about it, it's all about establishing a routine. Even if your location changes, try to maintain consistent hours. So we are in Bangkok, Thailand, or is it Istanbul, Turkey? who knows at this point? But what I'm saying is that if you are in Thailand and if you have clients in US, like there's going to be a big time difference, right? So in the US, this is going to be the morning. So oftentimes during the night, I work for clients in the US. And then during the day, I could be exploring too. So these are some of the benefits, but at the same time, this is up to you to now maintain your new work. Okay, again, let me give you some practical tips, or what I like to call the sauce. Okay, let me give you some sauce to manage your digital nomad life. Well, check this out. Just like any business, right? You have an SOP, which is a standard operating procedure. And you're gonna have the same for a digital nomad life. Meaning, if you go to a new city, if you go to a new country, you must follow a set of steps, to be up and running, okay? For example, a couple of things that are really important for me is finding the nearest coffee shops, finding the nearest gym, perhaps getting laundry inside of the Airbnb. There's a lot of things that you need to consider that is important for you to be productive, okay? And that's what I call the SOP. So you must have the SOP designed around the life and the work that you want to do. Okay, so when you have that checklist, you go to a new country and you're going to follow step by step to go what exactly you need to do to get into that mindset and start getting some quality work done. Okay? I've been to a lot of places around the world, okay? So a lot of people ask me, hey, Imtiaz, what is your favorite place in the world? Where do you love the most? Honestly, I don't have a clear-cut answer for this. So I've been to so many places and I love each place for a different reason. There's always something special in a different place. And honestly, well, there's a couple of places, Thailand, and there's Turkey, Brazil, there's also Mexico, Peru. There's a lot of places that I like. And one of the things that is really important for me is the food, okay? The place has to have amazing food and the people must be friendly. The food is great, people are friendly, and there's a lot of coffee shops because I love coffee shops. I love to work from coffee shops. So it has to be a combination of those three things, and that's my perfect location. And honestly, it's not a country, it could be a city as well. So if you like a city, go there, experience it, and then if you love it enough, come back the second time. I always think the second time is the best because you already know the place, you're familiar with it. You can go to all the touristy places in your first visit, but in your second visit, you should always go back to the place where you like the most. So everybody's gonna have their own version of Eiffel Tower, Machu Picchu, or Koh Phi Phi, right? These are very touristy places. But what I say is, they started one time as a place that very few people knew about, and then eventually a lot of people started to hear about it, and then it became touristy. But you don't have to follow the crowd, and I encourage you to be a pioneer, discover what you like, discover your own passions, and then eventually you're gonna break out of that old paradigm. So we are in San Francisco. Okay, this is supposed to be designed after San Francisco. So there's a lot of elements you'll notice that has themes of San Francisco. So you'll have maybe this train right here, but it's mostly food, okay? Now, I'm really hungry at this point when I'm looking at all these food options around me. Now, you might be wondering, Imtiaz, hey, if you're constantly traveling and there's all this exotic food, how do you stay in shape? Okay, my friend, this is the most important piece of advice I can give you, okay? I don't really go out and eat all the time. Very rarely. I may try something here and there. I have occasional cheat days, but most of the times I'm really cooking at home. This sounds boring, but this again goes back to that point, designing a life around work and travel. When you're cooking at home, it almost feels like you are at home. And then you have control of what you eat. So oftentimes when you're in a new culture, there's going to be food around you that are different. I mean, it's great. It's great to try. I encourage you to try, but also understand what you're eating. Because in Thailand, for example, there's a lot of rice, a lot of sugar. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm not used to eating a lot of rice and sugar. So what happens is I notice every time I'm here, maybe after a month, I have to worry about, gaining weight, and then I have to hit the gym and get rid of that excess weight. So understand this. If you have a diet, for me, there's certain things I like. Like I love chicken. I love, salads. I love fruits. And I like to go to the local markets. And it's actually fun to see how local people actually buy stuff. When you go to the market, you're buying food. How are they actually buying the food? What are they eating? Okay, what are the prices? All that kind of stuff. Okay, these are great. I like that they have samples, right? You can actually see what you're eating most of the times. There's some pastries here, okay? Yeah, I think the more time I spend here, the more hungry I'm gonna get. And you're gonna see there's so many options of food everywhere. Look at all this. Oh my God. Actually, you know what? I decided I'm going to eat something. So I'm gonna check out some options here. I don't really know what they have right here, but yeah. All right, they have a lot of soups here, seems like. Okay. Oh, I really love Vietnamese food. They got some Vietnamese options here. You'll notice right here, Vietnamese soup.
One number two, take away. Thank you.
Yeah, the airport themed area reminds me about something also important is the ability to move quickly, okay? So you have to be always on your feet, and literally and figuratively. So I talked about this before, that you need to embrace minimalism, and that's really important because, if you're going to move luggage around, you have to also make sure you focus on things that you really need. So yeah, it's also like when I first started my journey in digital nomad, I realized I had a lot of stuff. So I had to rethink, what really brings me joy, what is my passion. For example, I keep the camera around because I love making content, I love making videos, and I love talking. So this is also going to help you understand what you like and what you don't like. Invest in quality over quantity. There's a couple of things that are always going to be important: laptop, camera, passports, and a backpack is great. Now, a lot of people have backpacks they have lots of backpacks. So what I say is think about a backpack that helps you work, but at the same time helps you move around. I also have a day bag, which you can fold up. It's waterproof, etc. And these are great qualities because you have to invest in these things. That's going to help you move. And it's packable. You need to also think about that. Digitize as much as possible. I don't like to keep paper around me anymore. There's no point keeping paper. There's no point keeping books. You can always just put the books into an Amazon Kindle or even your phone, turn it into an audiobook or listen to an audiobook. So absolutely get rid of all that stuff. And you have to be prepared for sudden changes. You know, there's always going to be things happening. For example, when I first started the digital nomad life, I remember it was during COVID. And what COVID helped me realize that just like anything in life, you can't be attached to anything, and location is one of them. So if certain things happen, whether it's politics, whether some kind of vaccine mandate or something like that, and if you want to move, you can move. You know, you have a passport, and that's what I did. I moved to Mexico. I was in U.S. at that time. I moved to Mexico, moved to Puerto Rico, moved to Brazil, and I wasn't attached to any location. I think that's the benefit of being location independent, is that as long as you have what you need, you can work, you can manage your finances, you're in the right mindset, because the mindset is also important. If you've never really experienced that life, then you're never going to be able to find that courage to move out and find home in other places, okay? And now this is great. I love Thai food. It's really spicy, and yeah, I love it. I'm a scientist at heart. I always love experimenting with stuff, and you'll notice I have mango sticky rice and a spicy soup. So now this is what I call balancing your diet, or in a way, kind of like when it's too spicy, just grab this mango sticky rice, balancing it. Okay, so they have a lot of like the Thai the coffee, which is really great too. So always have that as a side. So you can also experience the spicy dish. I don't like when a lot of tourists, all they eat is pad Thai, right? Because, you know, pad Thai is great, but it's really not spicy. You know, you gotta experience the Thai flavors, the spicy, you know, foods, and yeah, just try it. You know, there's no, you know, I mean, it doesn't hurt. I mean, maybe a little bit, you know, maybe the first time, but always keep a backup plan. Be practical. I'm gonna enjoy this food, and while I close off, I want to say this: remember that being a digital nomad isn't about escaping your life. It's about enriching it's about collecting experiences, it's about expanding your horizons and challenging your preconceptions. And at the same time, have fun, enjoy, and don't take work too seriously. All right, peace.